I never aspired to be in politics. I started out with the Republican women, then I got involved with the county party, and the longer you stay there, the more you have to do. When you're chairman, you try and find people to run for office. I said, well, you know what, I'll do it. Everybody told me I shouldn't do it. And to be honest with you, the first time I ran against my competitor, he beat me. It was a close race. We ended up in a runoff. I decided I'd run again, and I did. And I walked and I ran. And in the meantime, the districts had been redrawn. So I had to go reintroduce myself to everybody. So during the Republican primary and over 2 years, I went and reintroduced myself to every person in the district. I ended up winning that election to become the only woman at that time in the South Carolina Senate. So it was quite a feat. And to tell you that I wasn't scared and wondered why I did what I did once I got there, to be the only woman with 45 men, that would be a lie to tell you I didn't wonder why I did that. But I was excited. I was proud of the accomplishment. And I got in there and I said, now what am I going to do? What I did was I found a niche. I found that part of children and families and veterans and old people and the disabled that nobody else was paying any attention to. When they call you to tell you their child is in danger or a child's in foster care, you know, they want to get their child back, what can they do? Or there's a child they know that's being neglected. Or when a woman calls you and tells you that her husband's abusing her, but she doesn't know how to get out of that situation, that's an issue that pulls at your heart. To me, it's part of my DNA. You know, my family was always that family that took somebody in. I never in my life, since I was a child, remember living in my house that somebody else didn't live there. I'm so proud that I was able to work across the aisle on every issue. When you get 40 or more people to vote yes on a piece of legislation, you got to have people across the aisle agreeing with you. I would walk across the aisle and I would go kneel down by somebody's desk and say, you know, we really need to pass this. This is what it's going to do. Just read it. You know, they'd read it and then would change their mind and they'd vote for it. So I think, you know, explaining what you're doing made it easier. I passed something that would change somebody's life, something that would make it better. And I think that in itself made it easy to do what I did. Now, you know, I did some things that my party didn't approve of. It does take courage to do things that you know how it's going to end. Working with my sister senators the last couple of years, that's been the biggest blessing I think I've had since I've been in the Senate. I'm proud of everything I accomplished in the Senate. My grandchildren are proud, my daughter's proud, my family's proud of me, and that's all that really matters. I love South Carolina. I do. I wouldn't want to live anywhere else in the world. The one thing that I think excites me is the advances we're making in so many other things. We're growing. You know, we're putting money into things that matter. We're putting money at Clemson University for a vet hospital. I raise donkeys. I'd like to have a good vet school here. We're putting money into the USC medical school. You know, brain health to me is one of the most important things in the entire state. My husband suffers from Alzheimer's, and to find out more sooner, that is important to me. But these are things that are happening right now in South Carolina, and I'm excited about that. My legacy has nothing to do with politics. I want my legacy to be that my grandchildren are proud of everything I've done, and when they grow up and get married, they can tell their children that my Meemaw told the best bedtime stories ever. And that's all I want.